Hey, welcome to the Empowered and Free podcast. My name is Erin Kimbrell, and I'm a counselor, certified life coach, breathwork coach, and small town mom of two. I know firsthand what it feels like to live with high functioning anxiety. For most of my life, I had so much mental mess, anxiety, people pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking, constant worrying, and never feeling good enough. On my decade-long journey to feeling better, I've learned how to take back my life from high-functioning anxiety and helped others to do the same through my coaching and breathwork programs. Now I want to share everything I know with you. This podcast will help you feel empowered over your high-functioning anxiety and free to finally live the life of your dreams. Now, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and dive into the episode. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast. Hey, today I cannot wait to share my favorite tool for anxiety. This tool will help you relieve your anxiety in 3 minutes or less. You ready for this? It's breathwork. Okay, let me give you a short story and why I'm obsessed with breathwork. I was at my absolute rock bottom with my anxiety. I was having panic attacks. I was shaking. I was breaking out in hives from my overwhelming stress and anxiety. My mind was constantly racing. I was overthinking, worrying about the worst thing that could happen. And every single day, I woke up with this heavy weight on my chest. Then a day came that changed my life. Dramatic, I know, but I'm really being completely serious because I was sitting on the couch, shaking from all my anxious thoughts and feelings that I was having. I felt like an elephant was laying on my chest, and all of the pressure that I had been putting on myself was just piling up. My worries were spiraling out of control. My mind was going a million miles a minute. Can you relate to how I was feeling? It's rough, right? I decided to just open up my phone and I found a 3-minute breathwork video that I had saved. I was fed up with feeling so bad. I was fed up with feeling so anxious all the time. So I thought, why not just try it, right? What did I have to lose? I couldn't possibly feel worse than I was feeling right now. I hit play. And when those 3 minutes were up, I felt more relaxed than I had ever felt in my entire life. I could breathe. My chest felt light. The shaking that was in my hands and my arms, all of that had stopped. It truly felt like a miracle. Again, dramatic, yes. Truthful, absolutely. From that moment on, I was hooked on breath work. So what actually is breath work? I know you guys are wondering, that's why you're here. Breath work is a way to turn off your mind for just a minute. You can unhook that busy brain. You can quiet the mental chatter. I don't know about you, but my brain goes pretty much nonstop. So anything I can do to slow down my brain for a minute is a win for me. And that's why I'm hooked on breathwork. Breathwork is an active meditative practice where you're controlling your breathing using different breath patterns. All right, you're working with your breath to support your mind and body. I'm not talking about your normal breathing. In fact, when we breathe normally, especially those of us who are anxious, stressed out, overwhelmed, when we breathe normally, we're breathing pretty quick, pretty shallow, right? All of us are busier than ever, and we're so disconnected from what we actually need for ourselves. We spend all of our time in our mind thinking about everything we need to do, and we are go from one thing to the next. Unfortunately, it's pretty normal to be constantly stressed, anxious, worried, and overwhelmed. Breath work allows us to actually be still, to get quiet, to process what we're thinking and feeling. It truly is the best way we can take care of ourselves. And here's why. When you breathe, you're connecting to the one resource you have with you anytime, anywhere, and that's your breath. Right? You can feel lighter and less stressed in just minutes. It truly feels like magic. And I'm speaking not only from my personal experience, along with the experience of my breathers. I've had people explain it to me in a bunch of different ways. Some people say it feels like they got a massage after just 3 minutes, 3 minutes of breathing. It's that relaxing. Other people say it's like that feeling you get when you get into a nice warm bath. After longer breathwork sessions, I've had people say that they felt like they were floating. And for me, in my opinion, that's the best feeling I can get. That weightlessness, that lightness, that floaty feeling you get after breathwork. You can read a lot of what different people have had to say if you visit my website, heyerinkimbrell.com/breathe, and I'll put all of that in the show notes. You can read their testimonials, see how it actually felt for them. But here's what I really want you to hear. In just a few minutes, you can let go of stress, anxiety, overwhelm, self-doubt, and fear, all by using the power of your breath. This process in our body that we don't even pay attention to, that just happens naturally. We can use our breath, this powerful transformational tool that so many of us are ignoring. We can use that to change how we feel in just a couple of minutes. Let's talk about how we actually do it. How do you actually do breath work? Because I told you it's not just normal breathing like this, right? In my formal breathwork training, I was taught about the two different types of breathwork, integrative and meditative. And let's talk about the difference between the two. The first one's integrative. And integrative sessions are shorter sessions that are for quickly getting rid of stress and anxiety, finding mental clarity, and feeling energized, right? These are fast sessions, which I appreciate as a busy person. Usually it's 3 minutes of breathing or less. And they're super powerful. And they're called integrative because they're meant to be integrated into your daily life, like when you're stressed out at work, or you need a quick reset, or you're struggling to fall asleep. Anybody struggle with sleep? For sure I do. Breath work can be used, these shorter sessions, to help you feel better during your day. Okay, so that's the first type of session. The second type of session is a meditative session. And these are our longer sessions that are for deep relaxation, transformation, and healing. Okay, these are done like an active meditation. So you're laying down and you're really focusing on your breathing. These sessions are perfect for somebody who wants to get rid of stuck emotions. Maybe you want to say goodbye to any yucky thoughts you're having, negative thoughts, critical thoughts, or maybe those beliefs. You believe these kind of negative things about you. You can say goodbye to those with breath work. These meditative sessions are perfect when you want to connect either to yourself, right? Maybe you need to make a big decision and you need to figure out what choice to make. Or when you're trying to connect to your higher power, whether that is God, the universe, source, whatever that means to you, breathwork can help you connect to your higher power. Breathwork is the ultimate form of self-care. These longer sessions are deeply relaxing. And like I said, a lot of people leave feeling like they're floating, or they feel just lighter, like the weight has been lifted off their shoulders. So that's the two types. Breathwork can also be done one-to-one, or it can be done in a group. Okay, so one-to-one means me and you together. And some people prefer this because they like that custom, individualized experience just for them, right? We talk about what intention do you have? What are you looking to let go of? How can I support you today? If you want to learn more about one-to-one breathwork sessions, head to heyerinkimbrell.com/breathwork. Other people don't really like to be in the spotlight, so they kind of prefer those group sessions. I host monthly live group breathwork sessions in my breathwork membership, Release, Relax, Breathe. So check that out if you're looking for a way to get in. I also have led group breathwork for mastermind groups, coaching programs, corporate wellness events, and retreats. So really the possibilities are endless here. Breathwork can be done virtually, right, over Zoom or in person. And I offer all of these options together because I want to create the exact breathwork experience that you want, right? My breathwork membership, Release, Relax, Breathe, combines the best of both worlds. So check that out if that's something you're interested in, heyerinkimbrell.com/breathe. Hey, I know you. You feel stressed with no end in sight. Everything feels like it's too much. Your anxiety is on level 10 and you can't seem to chill. Your mind goes a million miles a minute, constantly overthinking and worrying. You wish that you could just crawl in bed and take a nap for an hour, a day, or maybe a year. Friend, it's time to take a breather. Literally. Breath work is such a powerful way to turn off the mind and let go of everything you've been carrying. Say goodbye to stress, anxiety, and overwhelm in 3 minutes or less. The cool thing about breathwork is that it's scientifically proven to quiet your busy brain. It's as close to an off switch for your brain as you can get. And here's what happens when you start doing breathwork. Your mind calms down. Your worries disappear. The stress lifts off your shoulders. Your nervous system chills out, and you sink into a deep relaxation. You feel like you just got out of a hot tub. And all of this happens with just 3 minutes of breath work. Not even kidding, it's mind-blowing. And the even better news is that you can try it free for 7 days. Am I crazy? Maybe. Do I want you to try breath work and feel the difference? Absolutely. Go to heyerinkimbrell.com/breathe to check it out and read what others have had to say. Plus, I'm giving you 7 days free to try it. You can cancel at any time, no questions asked, because that's how I roll. I trust you and your judgment. Give yourself the gift of less stress and anxiety with Release, Relax, Breathe. Head to heyerinkimbrell.com/breathe to learn more and try it for free. And before we wrap up here, I want to address the number one rebuttal I hear about breathwork. I'm going to do an entire episode about debunking breathwork misconceptions because you probably have a few of them, but I have to share this one now. All right, so here's what I hear. I've tried breathing techniques for my anxiety and it didn't work. Maybe you feel like that today. You're like, I've tried deep breathing. It didn't work for me. Or sometimes people say, I've tried to meditate. I didn't like it. I couldn't quiet my brain. I get it. I was in the same exact boat. I had tried meditation for years on various apps, and I really never could get into it. You know what I think every time I hear that? You know the Kourtney Kardashian sound clip? It runs in my head. Me and my friends say it all the time, where she goes, it's never been my thing, not into it, so not approved by me. And that's how I feel about meditation. It just didn't work for me. And that's also how I felt when people tried to give me bogus advice to just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Your anxiety goes away. Here's what I'm telling you. There's a huge difference in between trying to meditate or just trying to take a couple deep breaths and the breath work that I guide you through. When I guide you through breath work, there's an intention, right? We have a focus for the session, and everything is perfectly curated for that. The music, my cues, meaning what I say, how I lead you down the breathwork journey, the breathwork patterns that I choose, they're all purposefully chosen. It's not like I'm just saying, all right, breathe in for 4 counts, breathe out for 8 counts. We're just going to do that over and over. No, there's so much more that goes with it. So if you try breathwork with me and then you feel like it didn't work for you, I get it. I understand that. But I highly doubt that's the case because I've seen it turn around skeptic after skeptic after skeptic. And I am the number one skeptic around here. I felt the same way. And now I know the difference. I was so incredibly resistant to trying breath work, but now I know how much lighter I can feel with just a few minutes of breath. I know how my anxiety can lift up off my body and how my mind can slow down. I can feel less stressed and handle the ups and downs of life with ease, truly with ease, with laughter, with joy, even when things aren't going perfect, right? If you're ready to feel the difference that I'm talking about, go to heyerinkimbrell.com/breathe to learn about Release, Relax, Breathe, my breathwork membership. Or remember, if you want to try out a one-to-one session that's fully customized to you, check out heyerinkimbrell.com/breathwork. As always, I'm here to answer any questions you have about breathwork. I am actually obsessed. It's my favorite thing. So send me a message on Instagram or in our private podcast Facebook community. Thanks so much for being here today. See you next time. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You don't know how much it means to me. If you'd like more behind the scenes content, inspiration, and daily reminders that encourage and uplift you, follow me on Instagram at heyerinkimbrell and send me a DM to say hey. If any of the episodes have been super helpful for you, please consider leaving me a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. It helps me so incredibly much, and it allows the podcast to be seen by other people who need it. If you want to learn more from me, head to heyerinkimbrell.com. That's where you'll find all my free resources, read the podcast show notes, and learn more information about my online coaching and breathwork programs that help you create the life you want. If you want to keep the conversation going from today's episode, join us in our exclusive podcast Facebook community, Empowered and Free Help for High Functioning Anxiety. I'm here for you, and I'm always cheering you on. I'll see you next time. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast.